Boom, we're back. You know what time it is. Here with Say LFC, here with your boy Say, my General Romz. We telling me. Talk to
Come
me
on,
now.
man. Good to be back. I'm feeling positive. Big result against City's ready to chop it up, bro. Back home, you know what it is, man.
Come on, you know what time it is. You know what time it is. Love for everyone that's inside. Real last minute thing. But if we weren't a last minute thing, we weren't gonna get one. You know, like that. So
Right.
apologies, but you know what it is. If you're inside, please hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't. Trying to get to 1,500. We're nearly there. Get me? So come on, hit that like button for man. That's all I ask. Zimmy. Yo, if you didn't know, me and this guy be going back and forth. Like, yo, brother, we won. Like, you know, that one's there. Like, we're still.
Bro, me and Say, big up Say. When did you land? Yesterday, innit?
I
We were
landed yesterday, man. Yeah.
soaking up the sun, but I called Say on Sunday night late. Like, bro, we actually won.
I'm
Like,
like,
uh, listen, it's just changed my perception of how this season can go now. But we just need to have consistency now, because, bro, I'm much more confident. Much more confident.
yeah, 100%, 100%. Big up everyone that's inside. Like I said, psychedelic scientist, my Don. What are you telling me? Come on, love, honesty. I see you. Don Dada Saint and that, yeah. I'll take that. And what going on, man? All right, so let's get into it. Like my guy Romz has said, he's feeling a little bit more confident going into it. I'm gonna start it off in it. Like, obviously, going into this game, you know what time it is. Yesterday's price is
It's not
not
yet.
today's price. You know what I'm saying? We certified. nah, all jokes aside. Like, we've had the City game, which a lot of man, I think, within our fan base would have said that, yo, listen, this is techie for us. I don't think a lot of us predicted a win, especially going in there with the way in which we've been playing, the form we've been on, the form they've been on, and also they got T100 up front. So it was a bit mad, like, so it was a bit like, all right, cool. So obviously we've come out of that, and not only the result, but the level of play, like the way in which we actually played that game. Sorry about the use of this word because I've been calling it, but it was very much apparent. Intensity was woo.
We gotta use it. It was there. It was
It was
there,
there, bro. It was serious. You get me? So I was like, so that's probably what Romz is alluding to in terms of his confidence and the way in which he's thinking about us now is more because of the manner of which we dealt with that game as opposed to just the result. Do you see what I'm saying? Now, for me, I big up my guy Veta Games as well. I've done a review on his channel. Go and check that out.
Big up there.
Veta Games, big up Veta. But I did say in that my thing, yeah, is I don't want to be this guy, but I've got to be honest in it. My thing is, do you remember that run, that era? Ravi, I know you will. I know you will. Noah, I know you will. Romz, I know you will. Remember that era, that stretch when Lil Wayne was on any and everything. You know, like any and everything. Nelly Furtado man's on it. Like, you know, them ones, the Kelly Rowland man's on it. Yo, anything. Had that super.
It was that era from about 03 to 010. Like, it was just, yeah, bro. Yeah.
On madness, yeah? Obviously, Wayne's level is high. Certain man's top 5, do you know what I mean? Go, like, his level is never questioned. But his work ethic was never questioned. But the works sometimes was a bit meaty. You know, them ones there, like, it was just a bit like...
Come like he down tools in a lot of...
Yeah, like, I could just do a quick ting and you get me?
Yeah.
So you see, boom, him there, meaty. Then you hear him on, Wayne and Jay-Z, or young Wayne and Drake, or a young, you know, like where the levels need to be upped, yeah? Boom. Can I ask you a question? In that run, yeah, let's say he done 10 songs and they were all meaty, yeah? Then you got like a Jay-Z Drake, yeah, a Lil Wayne Drake, or, you know, like someone of caliber, and Wayne's pulled it out the bag, yeah? Was you ever like surprised? Like, oh wow, I never knew that this guy had it, or was it just like, oh, yo, he's brought it back to the levels in which I know him to be at? Which of the two was it in that?
For me, it's the latter, bro, because we knew we could, but we just knew we needed changes, bro. Me and you've called it. A lot of other content creators called it. We knew, because like you said, the analogy you used, you knew he could bring it back. It's not like, oh, he really brought it back. You knew he always could.
You always
It's
knew
like,
he
oh,
could. You're like,
all we needed-
oh, okay, there he is. Like,
all we needed was some personnel drop and a tactics change and to be a bit pragmatic. And it worked, bro. It worked. It actually worked.
bro, you
And,
hit the nail on the head, because that's
and
exactly
even
where I was
this is,
going
what,
with
this
this.
is
Bro.
where I have to big up Klopp, because for me, even changing the even changing the formation and whatnot, and changing some of the personnel, I still thought we would lose. I'm not gonna lie, I did still think we would lose. I thought it would just make the scoreline a bit more respectable, because I thought the margin would be mad. I just thought us changing personnel and whatnot formation will just make the scoreline more respectable. But bro, we won the game and I am buzzing. And after, you could call it impulsive or a bit reactionary, but I honestly believe this is a turning point. If we continue to do, we can't play every team how we played City, but I feel like if we somewhat do that and kind of stick to that tonight, I think we'll get a result, honestly. And we'll get into the lineups and whatnot. But there might be a few plays people don't agree with me, but I feel like if we want to get a result tonight, certain players can't come back in the team. And I do feel, I think we're going to stay with this 2-3-1 or
Give me 1
4-4-2.
second. Keep going. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, I think we'll stay with the 4-2-3-1 or 4-4-2. But that City game, I know I didn't do it review as Saint, but I just think we were excellent. Joe Gomez cutting off passing lanes, etc. He was excellent. Milner, who I thought I'd get cooked, had one of the games of his life. Speak about having people in their pocket. Me personally, I wouldn't say we VVD and Gomez had Haaland in their pocket, because for me, someone in your pocket doesn't get a sniff. Haaland still had a few chances. If you want to say a man was on, if you want to say someone's in their pocket, for me it was Foden. Other than his disallowed goal, he didn't really have a sniff. Thiago and KDB. I'm just doing a little quick review of that game, because I know me and you didn't, but I'm just saying if we stick to the basics from that game in this game, I think we'll win, because the general consensus saying is you can't do that against West Ham. Like West Ham aren't City, you have to come out a bit more. They've got a lot of attacking prowess. Let's not get twisted. Like, they've got a lot. So I think we should carry on.
Maka, Bowen, them man, they come out. Like if they want to play, they can play. Do you get me? They can ball.
Yeah, but I just feel we need to stick. Obviously, we can't stick the exact 11 because Jota's out. But we're gonna get into the starting 11s, but there's a main man that needs to stay in this team, and certain man will roll their eyes when I say his name. But when we get into
we'll get into that. We'll get into that. But no, just going back, so I had to just do my little one. But just that's what it was. It was more like I said in terms of that analogy, like when Wayne. And I just used Wayne because he was on the maddest run and was doing some meaty work with some serious work. And I feel like that's us. Do you know what I mean? A lot of meaty stuff. But when we've got to raise the level, it's like, oh, what? Jay-Z, yeah? Okay, what? Young Eminem, yeah? No, we're going to show you what.
I want to big up all the optimistic Liverpool fans, because I think Psychedelic said it in past streams. Big up Asad, even though he's a Chelsea troll, he said it.
Yeah, he's been saying.
I can't remember all of the names off the top of my head, but there was a lot of optimistic fans that are on all of the Liverpool community. Jerry James, Kopish, your show, that were saying, Romz, believe that it's Anfield will rise. And I was kind of just brushing them.
You know what? Yeah, you know what?
Big up every one of you that thought we would actually win.
I'll big up the Liverpool fans more, because I think it's easier to do when you're not when you're a rival. You know them ones there when you ain't got the emotion. Yeah. It's easier to be like, no, listen, you man are gonna, when you're actually, you know, like that, you can't see anything but a pamming. So like, big up all the ones that. But yeah, obviously Assad was saying that, and you know what I mean. Noah was saying that, like, and I'm like, yeah, but you're Arsenal fans, and you know what I mean. It's easier for you lot to say, like, just what I'm saying. But no, going back to my thing, this is where I'm actually quite skeptical. I'm not scared, I'm confident, but I'm skeptical because I want to see what your levels are now. These man ain't Jay-Z. They're not Drake. Do you know what I mean? With all respect due. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. They're someone that you could drop your level, and I want to know if that's what happens. Do you see what I'm saying? Because generally speaking, I knew that we'd come out and ball. Did I know that we'd be as good and as effective as we were? Probably not. No. But I knew that it weren't going to be an easy game. Do you know what I'm saying? So this is the one where, like, I'm like, yo, we need to, like, this is the one that wouldn't surprise me if we did all of that and then drop points. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, so,
and that's what's upsetting, because if we was to drop point, a draw will feel like a loss. We've been drawing all season anyway. Obviously the City win was big, but if we don't get a win tonight,
It
that
means
kind of
nothing.
counts for nothing. Yeah, it does. Because
Big
consistency,
facts, Rob.
consistency is the key in most things you do in life. Do you know what I mean? So we need to win again. But I do believe we now get 9 out of 9. I genuinely believe that. I think we beat West Ham. I think we beat Forest, and I think we beat Leeds, bro. I think all of a sudden, sometimes I can be very reactionary and impulsive. I think football fan in general, but after the Arsenal lost, I was just thinking, yeah, by World Cup, we're going to be in the bottom like 5 or something. But now, because going into that game, we were 2 points off the drop zone, Saint. Now, all of a sudden, we're 4 points off fourth. Like, the complexion just changed. This is why people say it's still relatively early, but this is probably the what's the word? This is probably the checkpoint. 10 games where you actually have to start.
Now it's like before anything before this is like, oh, it's not. Now this is just get it. This is actually where it becomes techie still. All right, so with that, we've gone into how our feelings going into it and everything. But I will say, yeah, like you said, big up Klopp in it. Big up Klopp, because the manner in which he used that 11 in that City game, I just wouldn't have predicted that he would have. Do you know what I mean? I thought we were going to try and outball them, catch them high. Do you know what I mean? The fact that he actually like dropped us deep, played the counter, soak up pressure. I said, yo, Klopp, you're actually starting to come out of your stubborn ways, because you are a good manager. Like, you're tactically way better than I think even he gives himself credit for. You know, them ones there, and a game like that showed me, like, I got to give you ratings. So I am a little bit more confident going into this game, because I'm a little less wary that man might just revert back to his old things. I'm like, man's starting to see, like, I think he's becoming a little bit more malleable. Do you know what I mean? So, all right, with that said, let's get into this predicted lineup, my G. You know, like that.
Cool. For me, goalkeeper.
You know what? Yeah, our back five, always used to be like, oh, it's normal. Now we actually got to spend a little bit of time on, like, there could be. Do you get me? Obviously, that Konate thing shagged us a little bit. So he's not there.
I was gonna say, let's start from the left. I think you'll agree, bro. Robbo, I thought he was excellent. He needed that. You know what? The injury was a blessing in disguise. I don't wish injury on anyone, but bro,
word to you. You did say that. You said that from early as well. So word to Romz, and I agreed. I said, yo, he needs rest. Like, he's just getting outused, and yeah, now word to yourself, because that has definitely come back revitalized from that.
And I just think he had a lot of the City players just locked to that. They couldn't get passing that. He had Cancelo's number. It was proper. But for me, Gomez and that.
Although, Romz, we need Reese's number on speed dial, rude boy.
100%. Yeah, that's the. But you know what? That's the thing with wins. Things get swept under the carpet. When you get a positive result, people forget, because you know me. You know, during the game, I was fuming, bro.
Hey, fuming.
Yeah, an hour a day at Kirkby. I think Reese still even lives in Liverpool. I think got a place in London. Liverpool. Just spend a little half an hour. Just big up Marshall. Just doing one-to-one sessions, innit?
Yeah, bro. It's needed.
Gomez and that, bro. They ran it back to the year we won the league, bro. I read a stat. Yeah. That's their 19th clean sheet in 38 games starting together in the Premier League. 19th. So half their games they started together.
That's a big stat, you know. That's a big stat.
Now, right back, bro. Who are you playing? Because mine's going to be controversial. And I understand why Liverpool fans are going to get onto me, but who's your right back?
It's tough, bro. It's tough, bro. Because I said in my preview for the City game, yeah, if you don't play Trent, you don't need to play Hendo. Do you get it? Like, it opens up that midfield a little bit more, like, especially if you want to do the 4-2-3-1. You can do the 4-2-3-1, like, without Trent, because you don't need Hendo. You can do Fabinho, Hendo, Fabinho, Thiago. Do you see what I'm saying? You don't need that right side to cover man up. But in all, like, Joey G showed such brilliance as a centre-back. To now move him to right back, it's a bit much. Like,
and Ibu, I don't think's fit.
Ibu's not fit.
Ibu was fit. I may do that. Yeah,
but he's not exactly to do that. To do that, yeah, and exactly, Ibu's not fit. So who do you then play? You're then having to move long. And then Milner's, as good as Milner was, and let me not, like, Milner was dirty, bro. Like, Milner was
Because that's who I'm starting,
Seriously.
by the way. Before you finish, that is who I'm starting.
And I can
I'll tell you
see it.
why.
I can see it. That's how
Yeah.
good he was. That man can't even say nothing because he was on levels. But Milner might be the very Little Wayne-esque type player that I'm talking. Like he is able to raise the levels for that game, and then playing him in this game is just a bit much.
You know what? I feel
yeah.
like it depends who they start because they play 4-2-3-1 in it. They have Souček and Rice. Bowen on this is why Simi, no one should even consider Simi playing this game because Robbo's more energetic than Simi. He's gonna have Bowen on his side. And I think Robbo will do well against Bowen. It'll be a test, but they'll have Paqueta in the 10, and they've got either Lanzini, Fornals, or who's that brother they have? They got a lightning brother. He come this year. Oh, what's his name, man? They signed him from Cornet. That's it.
Cornet. I forgot they got Cornet.
But I think he's been injured. The reason I forgot because he ain't really been playing recently.
They get him from Watford.
Burnley. Sorry, you meant Leon Burnley.
Burnley. I knew it went Leeds. I was like, yeah, Burnley.
If they start Fornals or Lanzini on that left-hand side, I play Milner. But if they start Cornet, and I think he was on the bench the last game, just in time for us, I don't want to see Milner against pace because we're not going to sit as deep how we did against City because
that's true.
We know we're the better team. That's why if it's like
now you understand why I feel like Milner suited that game more than the game where we're gonna be on the front foot and like I just don't know if you're gonna get the same Milner. So I'm a bit skeptical. Do you see it? That's why I think by default I think Trent comes back in because without him we're doing up. Do you know what I mean? Like it's really, let's be honest, it's really Trent or Milner because neither of us are trying to see Gomez there because it just opens up that back the back. Do you know what I mean? The centre back, like it's just ridiculous. So
it's either or. But I start Trent on Saturday against Forest. This game I still stick with Milner. I just because he put in such a stellar performance. I know what you mean. Maybe he can drop the level again, but I still just stick with Milner this game. So I just telling me to stick with him. And if he is getting skinned or rinsed, then Trent can come in. Do you know what I mean? Jude, for me that's easy. His game's more. Rice is a bad boy player. I rate Rice, but he's more well-rounded. But
I don't think that Jude is the only person in world football that can save us. I'm not under that thought. But out of what you've asked me, Jude all day. I think personally I'll go Trent, you know. I just don't think that we play the same type of ball. Like I said, and I think then that's where we're gonna see the old Milner and be like, oh, what, like, you know, them ones there getting the yellow, having to trap. Like, I just don't, do you know them ones there? I see it, and I'm not like you're mad, but I think we're gonna see Trent. I think we're gonna see Trent.
I think we will see Trent, but you think we'll see Trent, and your preference is Trent. I think we will see Trent, but my preference for this is Milner. Not gonna lie. What are you saying?
We'll see Trent. My preference is Gomez. I just don't have enough cover.
If he was fit, we know.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you doing a 4-4-2? Are you doing 4-2 or 2-3-1 now? I'm keeping it the same.
You can. I've got Trent on now, so I don't know. Like, I'm going to see what like, having Trent on. Like, I don't know, bro. I definitely don't trust Trent enough for a 4 and Fabinho and Thiago as the 2. I don't trust Trent, bro. Do you get me? But that formation is shower, so it just depends on like. I think I'm probably going to have to go 3 because of Trent, so that I can have Hendo on the right. Yeah, I'm just gonna see how all the enthusiasm just comes out of my chest, bro. It's like,
but you're going back to the 3.
What can I? Because, bro, unless if I'm doing the 4-2-3, I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, it's Thiago and it's hard, bro. With the 4-2, yeah. That you have, there's a lot more onus on Trent because you don't have a person that can just clean up for you. He's got too much to do. Do you get me? We're already, quote unquote, overrun in the midfield is just 2 man. Do you know what I mean? He definitely ain't got time to be sweeping up on the right and that. We're gonna be mad open. So it's like, do you know what I'm saying? So even though I want to do that, just because of this bomber clock, and I've been saying this, there's some truth in jest. There's some truth in jest. When I've been saying Trent is like a bad B in the club, bro. Like you playing like you always need protection, like you always need man to Like, you can't play without someone covering your side, and it's starting to like affect my player decisions. Because if I'm having you, then I've got to have someone who's gonna have to mop up for you. It's like, oh, bro. But I'm gonna be honest with you, with the lack of real selection I've got as the right back, I'm gonna have to pick Trent. Like I said, I just don't feel like we're gonna have the lion's share of possession against West Ham, and I think we're gonna try and do up like constricting them in their half. Do you understand? That means that my right back's gonna have to go press up and come back. We're gonna ask a lot more of Milner. I think where Elliot, Milner was just, and who was the other one? And Gomez was just locking up that side. Foden didn't even really try it. Do you know them ones there? And then he didn't need, there wasn't that much being asked of him. Whereas in this game, you're gonna have to ask a lot of him. I don't know personally. So I'm gonna have Trent, which then means that I'm gonna need someone to mop up on his side. So it means I'm gonna need Henderson. So I'm probably gonna do the 4-3-3. Like, I've tried to give it as much. You get it? Like, you can see in the way I'm even saying it, man, I ain't really saying it with any type of like enthusiasm. But within our team, this is what Klopp's faced with. He can only do certain things because of the certain personnel that he has. Is it? So it's like, fuck, man. Like,
do you know
I'm gonna do that personally.
And it's because we don't know. My starting 11 is so dependent on Cornet.
You're open, bro. As soon as you got Milner as your right back, yeah, you can do the 4-2. You're a lot more.
Yeah, you're a bit more assured he's not gonna bomb forward. Because I keep let's say the back seven the same, because I'm playing 43-1. I keep what we played against City, and I still keep Fab and Fabinho and Thiago. I think they were excellent. Sorry, there's a question from Noah. He asked us twice. Sorry about that, Noah. We'll just into it. He said, Saint, question for you, Romz. Why do you never credit Henderson for his passion, desire, fight, and fight for? Listen, I would say me and Saint are on the same page. A lot of our fan base don't like Henderson. Sam, I'm joking, but big up Sam. But Sam can't stand him. But I said he shouldn't be starting for us in 2022. I'm not going to lie. But I said if he does start, I think he's excellent in the 6, but he's not better than Fabinho. So you rarely hear me slandering Hendo. I just don't, for where we want to be and get to, he shouldn't be starting for us. But I don't
I second that.
I don't never not credit him. I think me and Saint are probably the biggest advocates for him. We give him a lot of praise.
I've always one of my biggest phrases, yeah. Horses for courses, bro. That's all I want. I want us to be in a position where we have got horses for courses. And I definitely think Hendo is a horse for a course. Like Romz said, I do not need Hendo to be doing every racetrack in big 2020, do you know what I mean? In big 2022, like, that's mad. Like, but I do think that there's things that he brings, like his passion, like his desire, like all the things in which you say. It's just that sometimes we're in a position where we need a little bit more technical skill, as well as some of those things, and his body isn't able to give him that. But like Rom said, bro, I'm one of his biggest advocates, as and when we need him, when he's at the game and he's being scapegoated. I'm like, yo, it wasn't really his fault. Even now, to be very honest with you, him and Milner, I say allow them. Like, I say allow them because, like, it's not their fault. You know them ones there. Like, if I'm not, like, at the end of the day, if I can only play ball to my level, yeah, and then Klopp's like, you're exactly what I need, and I go out there, bro, it's not my fault, bro. You know them ones there. I'm just playing ball to the level in which I know to be able to play. It's your fault for being in a position where you need me or you're continuously picking me. Is it? So that's my thing, innit? Honesty, Wagwan. What about Fabinho's right back and Hendo? And Thiago in the double pivot. Jesus, honestly, these lot are no mugs, you know, and I just feel like you're doing you're doing a lot of square pegs and round holes to have to do that. Fabinho as right back, you know, like, I know he's played that. I know why you're saying that. Obviously, his Monaco days, but those are long. Them days are long behind him, you know, long behind him, brother. Like, so I personally wouldn't do it. Big up AFC and all these men that are trying to troll my team. Love it, bro. Why do you support Liverpool when you're not from Liverpool? If you were on my, if you know what I mean, you would know if you was a fan of my, do you know what I mean? If you was a subscriber of my channel and that, I've been support your local club. That's mad. That's mad. That don't make any sense in it. Like that doesn't make any sense. Just because of the way in which you're going on, I'm not even gonna answer that. And if you was actually asking me on a real thing, like, well, you can't be doing up fake LFC fans and that, and then expecting me to like try and talk to you and that. Brother, you're only up here doing up, do you know what I mean, AFC and that because you live in North London. Great, I live in North London. Like, so what? Like, that means that what? That doesn't make any sense in it. Like, if you was actually calm and was talking to me properly, I might have engaged, but I don't talk to idiots in it. So yeah. Anyways, Romz, this midfield, chapter man.
I'm going, like I said, Milner right back, Gomez back, centre backs, Robbo left back. I'm going
Stop
for
doing shit we
Fabinho.
already know.
No, just going through the
team.
team.
Let's give some more thinking time than that.
Fabinho and Thiago holding, and I'm going youthful. I'm going Elliot on the right, Carvalho on the left, and Bobby in the 10. Salah up top. For me, the only two changes will be, my mind's gone blank now, will be Carvalho in for Jota, and Carvalho in for Jota. That would be the only change.
From the thingy, because Elliot was already right wing. Jota's obviously out, so you're right.
I made one change. I basically made one change from the City game, which is literally Carvalho for Elliot, bro. Again, he's not as explosive, and I don't think he's best suited to the left. But I want to see Núñez introduced there, and I know.
So what? Who playing your striker? Núñez or
Salah? I'm not moving after the performance he just had, bro. I'm not moving in from that centre, bro, to be doing that chalk on his boots. But nah. But Salah can stay that central. Bobby just behind him, and then Elliot and Carvalho either sides. But I must say, Carvalho's not as impactful off the left, but he had a good cameo against City, and I feel like he'll still bring somewhat productivity to the game, whether it's an assist or a little dribble. I just think that starting 11 for me should be enough to win, because every time we've introduced Núñez off the bench, because you know what, like, it was like organized chaos against City, because it's like the little dibby chip frustrating. For me, he should have squared it to Carvalho.
His end product for me, the whole team, the whole end product.
And then not squaring it to Salah. But bro, if you actually look at his game in isolation,
no, I hear you. It was a problem. And even when I spoke to Veta Games as well yesterday, he was like, bro, he was a problem. We didn't want that. You get me? When he came on, it was long. You get me? So like, 100%. I kind of rate you. You know what? Yeah, this is why I love doing this with my guy, Romz. I'm doing the whole 180, pulling up the things. I'm pulling up my trousers, showing the white socks, doing the hee, spinning on my toes, bro.
Would you agree with that front six,
bro? Because of the front six is why I'm like, I can't have that front six and have the back five that I had. I have to change it up. I can't. It doesn't work. I can't have Trent and have that back six. So I'm gonna go I'm gonna put Milner on the right, because I feel like that's the only way it's the only way Milner as a right back. It's the only way you can open up that midfield and have that midfield. Do you see it? Like that midfield.
I'm just praying Cornet don't start on that, because this is what happens. If it is Lanzini or Benrahma on that left, I believe it'll be Benrahma. They're not electric. They're not slow, but they're not electric.
Yeah. They're like Carvalho and Elliot to us.
Exactly. And then let's say Moyes brings on Cornet to bombard Milner. After Milner's tired, then you introduce the Trent. Do you know what I mean? So we can make light for light. We can make a change to combat their change.
Kind of like we did in City, kind of thing. Like when the juice had run out, kind of thing. I hear what you're saying. Yo, please, 20 something man in here, please hit that like button right now. Just stop. Hit the like button, come back. We ain't got long, so come on, do that for man, innit? Ravi, come on, bro, where you been? You know this, bruv. TV's patterned, we're good. I'm gonna do the watch along tonight, so yeah, jump in on that, you see me? And love, man, love months. Well, go on, my guy. Make sure you're going up and supporting my dog.
Big up every time.
Yeah, I'm gonna do up. I think you're right. I think I'm gonna start Milner. If it don't go well, then bring on Trent. And like I said, starting Milner just allows us to play the two in the midfield. Do you know what I mean? And that I liked it, bro. Like you said, you cracked me up. Man ain't putting no chalk back on Salah's boots. Do you know what I mean?
Man.
Imagine, yeah, I'm an
I
easy.
think that's his new. See, this time, there's. It's so like mind-boggling because it's like I would keep Salah there as
it's because it's the closest he's been. That's why. Remember, other than that, he's way back there on the touch.
Exactly.
I think there's a
change
medium.
Our system. I think you saw Rangers and City play him in that he's causing havoc both games. But then it's like I understand the counter argument because you've just paid 64 million for a brother that's supposed to be doing what Salah's done. But for me, Nunes naturally just from the left anyway, and the way he was skinning Akanji and Cancelo and that, bro, he actually burnt them. You know what?
It's just sometimes, his decision making is higgy, and I don't want him in that left channel skinning man and then sending in balls and that like long, bruv. I want you.
Do you know what it is? I want to big up Jerry on this year. You see how he tried to chip the keeper and he didn't square it, and he saw the headlines and that. I get it. Like Jerry said, and when Jerry said this, I was like, you're actually speaking facts. You want your striker, exactly, Marquez, exactly. But you want your striker to upstage. He's comparing himself to Haaland, and the thing is, he's nowhere near Haaland, but you're naturally going to do that. You want to better yourself as a baller. So he's going to try and upstage Haaland, because if he scores them goals now, Saint, we are waxing lyrical about him. What? 2 appearances against City, 2-2. We're waxing lyrical against him, but
it's a young boy thing, though. It's a young boy thing. Obviously, like he's thinking of all of that. I agree, everything you're thinking of. Like, do you know what I mean? And he needs to evolve out of that and start thinking of the team, because we go regardless of that. What you need to think is, if he sends the assist that makes us go 2 up and we're calm, we're easy. Do you know what I'm saying? Like right now, it's a young man thing. You're thinking, yo, it's me, Haaland. I'm gonna be the bad boy. All of that. I get all of that, but do you see it? Like
the only thing, it was mad, and I know we were all, every Liverpool fan probably screaming in the moments, but I like that arrogance. And when I heard Jerry saying that, I was like, you know what? You're actually right. You want your striker to try and outperform the opposition. Do you know what I mean?
We've been had Bobby doing everything but that. You know,
exactly,
like that.
Bro. But I agree with you saying it's the situation that if we were already 2-0 up, I don't think any of us would be at. But it's the fact it was still in the balance. If they score now,
because we're going to be in higher pressure games. This could be a quarter, semi of a Champions League. You know what I mean? Like, this is why we've got you to, like, big man, stay calm. And, like, do you know what I mean? Like, right now, it panned out. We still won. Cool. But, brother, there would have been fucking blood on his hands had we not come out of that with a win. Do you know what I mean? Like, regardless of what Salah was doing, and don't get twisted, he weren't the only one. Salah was doing up like a couple of one to Jota, like, do you know what I mean? But they weren't as bad as his ones, like, bro. Like, so I'm just trying to, do you know what I mean? Just be easy for times when we actually need you to.
Because you know, I'm gonna throw a mad spanner in the works, yeah. I think going forward, I want that front six to start most games.
Klopp might go Nunes, Firmino, Salah, Carvalho.
Wait, so Carvalho, Nunes on the left,
4-2-3-1, on the right, Salah on the right, Carvalho on the left, and then Nunes up top.
Because I don't want to see Salah back in the wing. Get that guy near the goal. He's bagging. He's proved it in the last 4 in his last 2. But I'm going to throw in a little spanner in the work, yeah? Because we paid the money, we paid for Nunes, he has to start. He has to build momentum, he has to start. But eventually, I would play him on that left. And I know some Liverpool fans are thinking, what? No, you can't.
But he played there for Benfica.
For Benfica. One, he's naturally drifting out to the left all the time for us too. And because he doesn't have the technical ability to be a winger, I hear it, but he's still explosive. He will still be a nuisance. So I think some games, there's no harm in playing him off the left at literally his starting position. And him and Salah can always interchange. Him and Bobby may be able to interchange.
Romz, yeah, is his footballing IQ, brother.
He is not, and I hear it. That's why he might not be
able to. You'll find man skinning a man and sending in crosses, bro. I can't, bro. That's not what I want from you. That's the only thing. Do you know what I'm saying? Is like, if he had enough, I get it, because I actually agree with you. But I just don't want man doing dumb shit in that left-hand channel. Like, brother, get your head down, do like a Thierry Henry kind of tick, do you know what I mean? And just attack it from there. Then, yeah, cool, we can do that. But he ain't got enough footballing IQ.
Yeah,
So
I
I'm
hear
saying,
that, but this is where I'm now harsh then because I want results. Even though we paid 64 million for the guy, for me he's just that impact sub then because now we've got the plethora of injuries of no Diaz and no Jota. I carry on with this front. I play Fabinho up until the World Cup. This is what I'd actually do. Maybe change it for the Champions League games because I think we only need a point from the last two, whatnot. But I would play Fabinho and Thiago, Carvalho off the left because I think Carvalho will need to step up, and I got faith in him. You know, I've backed him from when he's come to the club. Bobby in the 10, big up Prince Fiat. Bobby in the 10, Elliot on the right because Elliot was playing right on pre-season, so I think Elliot's slightly happy now. Like, this is kind of fortunate for him because we were playing him on the right and he was doing well preseason. And on the right, Salah up top because I don't want to fix what's not broken, bro.
yeah,
And
no, I get it.
you're only as good as your last game. I'm
You
going
get
off that City game, so I don't want to change anything. But the only counter argument I hear Liverpool fans will say Nunes has to start though. He's our marquee sign. He has to start. But I want
Not for
results.
me.
And
Not
if
for
he's
me.
going to falter the results, I don't want him to start. Do you know what I mean?
Literally just what you said. Not for me. For what, bro? Like, marquee for what? If it's gonna exactly what you said, bro. If it's gonna alter the result and not positively, then I don't care. Like, doesn't make any sense. Right now, we need momentum. We need, you know what I mean? We need to start picking up results and start actually start. Do you get me? Like, so, nah, man. Like, allow it, bro. If he's starting because you've got a game plan that is conducive to him starting, and you know why. Not just because he's our main guy, so he's got to start. Bun all that shit, man. Like,
You know
what?
Big up every tap, bro. Big up the brother. But he's saying Nunes got to start this game on Brio. Carvalho a bit off the bench. But then, bro, where are you putting Salah? Because for me, Salah has to play up top now, bro. It's evident. Bro, 4 goals in his last 2 games. Get him near I don't want Salah because unless we revert back to 4-3-3, but I don't want to see that again, bro. That's when we've had problems. Bigger Jay Kismet. That's when we've had problems from our right. So I want to keep the 4-2-3-1 or the 4-4-2, whatever you want to call it, but I want to keep Salah central, bro. So I hear you that Nunes got to start, but if Nunes then starts, so let's be real, Nunes can only really start centrally. That means putting Salah back out wide where he was less productive. I don't want to see that again.
Yeah, no, I hear that. All right, so listen, I'm gonna go Salah up top. You're gonna go Salah up top. Let's do. It's that time, man. Score prediction. You get me? What are you telling me?
2-0. I think Salah get a brace. I hear that. And he's just said basically 4-4. I hear that. 4-4-2. Salah kind of being like Salah and Nunes kind of being the Heskey and Owen. Like Salah playing a bit behind Nunes. I do hear that. But 2-0. 2-0, man. Salah brace. I just think he's just in form now and he's just goal hungry.
Unfortunately, bro, I didn't. What's it called? I didn't change my FPL, and man's still out of my team, and I know he's gonna do the madness, and I'm fuming. I've still got Son in there. I'm pissed, but yeah, I'm gonna agree, bro. I think Salah's gonna bag a brace. He loves playing against West Ham. And yeah, I think we probably end up 3-1. To be fair, I think they might score, but I think he'll have a brace and we'll come out of that 3-1. But yeah, listen, it's gone over. To be fair, we had yeah, I mean, we had to do a little half an hour thing and it's gone over. I know that my Romz is gonna jump over on Jerry James' show as well, so make sure you go and catch him over there and that. But my guy,
it come over at like 5:30. I think we've delayed it a bit because certain things in the background. But yeah, we'll be going live at an hour or so.
And I will be live streaming. I'll be doing a watch along, so make sure you come over. TV's patterned. We can chill. You get me? So come watch it. We'll get it done today. But love for everyone that was inside. My boy Romz, you know, like that. Come on, each and every time. And yeah, hopefully we get this win and we move on to bigger and better things. You get me? We start catching this top 4 in that. But no, love for everyone that was inside, and we'll catch you again. Done, no.